I really want to welcome onto the stage the two Shiros and survivors that I know you all want to hear from. So please welcome Terra Newell and Debra Newell. How do we identify these predators who are good-looking and charming and hide in plain sight? And how do we understand it via law enforcement as well? Because those of you who know my work will know I've worked at New Scotland Yard, and a lot of my work has been trying to help law enforcement ask the right questions. So I'm going to come back to that point. So I'm going to hand over to Debra to tell you a little bit more about what was going on.
Well, I met John online. This was, 2014 in October. And he, as you can see, the pictures show that he was a family man, which is that was one of the checks that I wanted. And so I had a list of what I wanted in a man. And so that was the start of it. Then from that point forward, I saw that he had a career, which I liked because I'm a busy person with my own career. So there were photos of him online in scrubs, along with many others. So as he kept checking off the boxes, I thought, okay. And then he looked good. And I thought, well, that's sort of an added plus. So John just sort of looked like a great guy. Who knew? So as we start the process of, number one, I'd been on the site just, I think at this point, a few days. And you know how you have many likes? And I think I had like 83 likes. So I went through the list looking at them and deleted and deleted and deleted and deleted and deleted. And then I thought, this one looks interesting. Then I went to the next one and I thought, delete, 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 delete. Anyway, it was like a full-time job for 2 days. And I narrowed it down to 5 guys. So before John, I went on 4 dates, and I mentioned it in my book, what happened on those dates, but none of them did anything for me at all. So then I go on this date with John, and he tends to say everything right, till the end of the night. But he tended to say everything right, do everything right, and I thought, he's funny, he's smart, he's a family man, he's got a career, he's got his act together. Well, it moved a little fast. There was a hiccup that night. I'm a little bit, how do I put it? I just don't bring a guy home with me. So he made a move on me, and obviously I told him to leave. He left, but he tried to start all over again. If you watch the series, that part is pretty accurate. And so we move on from there. I forgave him. I'm one of those people that forgives, and thought, okay, I'll give him a second chance because there was everything that I did like about him. And so again, it moved pretty quickly. There were pictures. I got to know a little bit about his childhood to some degree, what he wanted me to know. But he was very close to his dad. Little did I know that his dad was part of the mafia. And of course, he painted this great picture of his dad. Just a loving dad, great guy, took him everywhere. Little did I know, he was also a con artist, part of the mafia, and a womanizer. So John was trained by this man to con people. He knew how to literally go in and insurance fraud. He knew how to get money. He knew how to do just about anything that was somewhat bad. Little did I know that this is the person that formed him into the person he became.
And just to say, you know, with Debra, and I remember us first talking about it, you know, he made it very clear he was this family man, 2 children, and the daughters, and they featured on his dating websites as well. So again, when we think about what dangerousness looks like, I've certainly worked a number of predatory cases where the serial perpetrators, serial killers have had children's seats in the back of their car whilst they're trying to abduct a young girl off the street. And of course, you know, there are those who might think, well, they must be safe because if they've got children. So I'm just going to put that there, that we have to think about and ask these difficult questions. And I always remember Debra saying, he was just too good to be true, Laura. So we're going to think about that. And the childhood pictures are very interesting. We're going to go back to John Meehan's childhood.